welcome back to another episode of Over the Glass. I am your host, Jay.
I'm Nessa. Do I say co-host or host? I am other host.
How do you
Nessa.
feel?
Other host.
Okay.
Today we have Emmett. Introduce yourself. How do you identify? What are you doing on our podcast?
Good question. Getting laughed at, probably. No.
No.
You're so nice. My name is Emmett. I live in Spain, in Alicante, if that means anything to you.
Nope.
I've seen it on a map once.
It's Mediterranean coast, very warm place. And yeah, my pronouns are he, they, and yeah, I'm very, very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
How did you get into hockey?
Well, that's fun because ice hockey is not a thing here in Spain. Like, it's just not. People, like, I remember when I was in like primary school, we used to play this hockey that was like on pavement, and we just had these sticks and this little ball, plastic ball, and we just ran around, and that's the hockey we played. I think rollerblade hockey, it's a bit more popular, maybe some people play it, but ice hockey is not a thing. I know that there are some official teams in some of the provinces, some regions, but not much. So yeah, I had literally I was not aware of it until less than a year ago. I'm a very new hockey fan. And yeah, a year ago or so, I was reading this fan fiction of an undisclosed fandom. And it was a... It was a hockey AU, so the characters were in a hockey team, and the author of this fic was like super into the NHL, and they wrote this like very detailed like descriptions and of plays of they talked about teams, about famous players in the like author notes, and I found myself like really interested in it. Like when they were describing the matches and they were describing some plays, I would like go to YouTube to check out some of the plays, because since I had never seen a hockey game, I didn't know what to imagine, and I looked the plays up, and I looked up some games, and I was mesmerized. I was amazed. It looked so fun. The first place I watched, I had to like rewind like a couple of times to actually understand what was happening, to follow the puck, because I was not able to. It all was going so fast. The fact that these players were just like punching each other and bumping into each other, and it was so violent but also so exciting, and I had never seen anything like it. And I honestly, I have never followed any sport. Like, I'm not a follower of like football is like the most popular sport, like, well, everywhere, but here in Spain it's a huge thing. And I have never, I don't know, but hockey is so fun. It's just so fun, and I fell in love with it.
Did you want to share with our audience whom you are a fan of, or
Oh,
did you want
right.
to keep that a secret?
Yes.
I don't think that's going to be a secret for very long.
No. I am a Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
And we send our condolences.
Thank
Well,
you.
we'll see. They look like
No.
they're on the up, and we're on the
Listen,
down.
yeah. We're looking better. Yeah, but no, I have no regrets, honestly. I am in peace with my choices right now. In May, I was not. Right now, I am.
Yeah.
How did you get into the Leafs, though? Out of all the teams.
Yeah. Well, once I was like, okay, I need to get into this sport. I was like, okay, I need to follow one team, because then there's there's no fun in it. So I found myself like sitting in front of my laptop with the list of the 32 teams. Are they 32? Okay. With the list
32.
of 32 teams, like I felt it felt so important. I felt like when you're starting a Pokemon game and you have to choose a starter, but there's 32 of them and you know barely nothing about any of them.
Well, now I have to ask who your starter Pokemon would be.
Ooh, my start in which game?
The original.
Oh,
The
okay.
first.
Bulbasaur, all the way.
Interesting.
All the
I'd be
way.
Charmander.
Okay, Jay. What
Okay,
about you?
continue.
No, Jay, you have to say yours too.
Jay.
I don't do Pokemon.
Oh.
So I
Oh,
wouldn't.
excuse me.
Sorry.
I don't either, but used to watch
I don't
it.
know how to I don't know how to engage in this conversation.
Okay, then let's back to hockey. It's fine.
I played Pokemon Go for like maybe a couple of months, and I was what's
So
the red
excited.
the red one? What's the red one?
The red Pokemon out
No,
of
the
the 900 Pokemons.
No,
Oh,
the team.
the team.
Oh.
What was the red?
Oh God.
See, that's how much I was interested in it. I don't even
I
remember.
never even joined one.
Anyways, that's the extent of my Pokemon, and I know like maybe a handful of Pokemon. So
That's very valid. Thank you.
Okay, back to the Leafs.
But oh my God, yes. The thing is, I knew barely anything about them. So first thing I went for, I was like, okay, let's go like for the vibes. There were some teams that just by the name and the logo, I was like, I want nothing to do with these people. Like for example, like Edmonton Oilers. No, sorry. Like for any fan of any of the teams I'm gonna mention, I mean no offense. This is my subjective like point of view. But yeah, I was like no. Or obviously like the Chicago Blackhawks. I was like not vibing with this a lot. I don't know, but there were some that I was like, okay, you look cool. Like the Kraken, I was like, when I saw the Kraken, I started following them like as well, like for the first days that I was like doing my research, and I was like, oh, and they are a new team, and I am a new fan. I can like start following them on their first season, and yeah, but the thing is, when I started like watching videos on YouTube about hockey, I started watching these like compilation videos about like best goals of this player and this player, and I came across about
Matthews?
yeah I did, and I watched the video of Matthews' first NHL game, and I was blown away. I was not completely sold on, but I was like, okay, I can cheer for this guy. And then I don't know. I also saw like a bunch of like Marner, whom I love, and yeah. So I was already like kind of aware of them. And then also I have to mention this was kind of important as well. I was aware of them of the Leafs because for years I've been following this great artist on Twitter called Dave Shield. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he has like a hockey like art account. It's at Hockey Enjoyer or something like that. And
Oh, yes. I've got his art right here.
oh yeah, because he has done art for a bunch of teams. Well, I've been following him for years because he also has done a lot of fandom, like fan art across like over the years, and I already had him in my like my socials, and like I had seen some drawings, and I when I started getting into hockey, he was like very into drawing the leaves, and I had seen a couple of like Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, William Nylander drawings. I was like, damn, that's peak character design. right there. I like these guys. So yeah, and I don't know. The thing that also that sold me on them was the Amazon documentary. Are you aware that they have
Yeah.
I don't think I
Yeah.
watched that one.
well
It's very interesting.
yeah, I watched it like 2 weeks into like getting into this whole thing, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and the last episode of that documentary broke my heart. I wasn't even a fan back then, but it broke me. I was like, oh my god, this is the most like miserable, heartbreaking thing I've ever seen. This is this is my
Was
team.
that like a documentary to the playoffs?
Oh yeah, I forgot to say. Yeah,
It was basically the whole season, but
Well,
yeah, but
you'll
especially
have more of those to come.
But yeah, it was the playoffs
More
of
heartbreaks.
2020, right? No, 2021. The ones against the Montreal Canadiens. We love
Oh
those.
my gosh, that playoffs. No one was expecting the Habs to get that far. So oh my god.
Oh, it was rough. It was rough. But yeah, and that's how I got into them pretty much. Honestly, I think they have a lot of guys with personality in them and in there, and I don't know. I vibed with them. So here I am.
Well, you know what you're coming into. If that's how you got into the Leafs, so kudos to you for dedicating your fandom to the Leafs.
and your heart,
Thank you. Thank you.
your poor heart.
God, I've been here for so little time and it has suffered so much. I swear to God. You tell me exactly 1 year ago that 1 year like from now you would be like in a hockey podcast talking about this team you may or may not have cried about in May because they lost a playoffs round. I would be like, what are you talking about? Why do you know anything about ice hockey? Yeah.
I don't know. We tease Leafs fans all the time, but as Sharks fan, we really don't have much room to talk.
That just comes with the ups and downs of the sport. I mean, as long as it's in good fun.
Yeah, no, I don't mind. I find it very funny. I'm curious though because obviously when I got into them, I knew nothing about like any kind of I didn't know anything about rivalries into any like between any teams or the fact that this team is apparently cursed. I didn't know about that. Which yeah. So and then like a couple of months after getting into it, I realized like there's a thing with the Leafs in this like in the hockey community. Like everyone, like I don't know, like people, everyone. It doesn't matter of which team you are. People enjoy like laughing at the Leafs in general.
Yeah,
which-
that's pretty universal.
Do you know what it is? A lot of Leafs fans are really obnoxious when they go to visiting arenas and stuff.
Oh,
And they're like, there's so many Leafs fans. Like,
okay.
I can't remember, like, years ago, I went to a Sharks Leafs game at SAP Center, and like half the stadium was Leafs fans, just because it's cheaper for them to fly out to California, stay at a hotel, and buy the tickets to the game in San Jose than it is to watch a game in Toronto.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Because of how expensive the tickets are.
Of how expensive it is. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
ridiculous.
Yeah, Jesus.
Well, I mean, also everyone loves like misery loves company, and the Leafs haven't won a cup since like the late '60s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since
No.
before the expansion of the league or something? Like when it first started to
I
expand?
think that was right around when they started incorporating more teams. So before then, it was like the original 6. So you had,
Yeah.
now it's like it's so impossible. Especially,
Right.
with the 32 teams, and the fact that in the last decade they haven't been able to get out of the first round despite how talented their like at least top two lines are. It's ridiculous how talented they are, and they get, for the most part, they're pretty spectacular during the regular season. And then once they get into the playoffs, it's just landslide.
It's wild.
Case in point with the Habs. The Habs were not meant to go that far. Granted, that was during COVID, and they had the whole the North division, so it was just only Canadian teams. So had it been the regular divisions, the Habs are in the division with.
Are they not in the Atlantic with the Leafs?
Well, I'm just saying, like, because they were only having to battle within their own division, the Canadians, and then.
I know nothing about the Eastern Conference.
So the Habs, they are in the division with the Leafs, but then they're also in there with Boston, the Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida. So chances are, had they just been in that division, the Habs probably would not have made it into the playoffs at all. So the fact that they slipped in there somehow, probably on the back of Carey Price again.
And they won the Western Conference Championship.
Like, how? That makes no sense. So then they get all the way there. And so anyways, but I guess we should talk about the state of the Leafs.
I haven't been keeping up with them. How are they doing?
They sure are in a state. Okay. Honestly, for all the chaos that the Leafs roster has been so far this season, we are doing very all right now. Like, oh my god, it has been a mess. Like, first, the goalie issue, the fact that not only our first goalie, Matt Murray, who has been doing, like, the game he has played very good, like, especially the game against, who was it? The Devils?
Was that the one where the goals kept getting disallowed for the Devils?
Yeah. Yeah, but, like, Matt Murray in that game did amazing. Like, the Devils is a team, like, that scores so much, and he did very well, and in fact they gave him the first star, like that the game, I don't remember. Anyway, but yeah, he's been doing really good. Then he got injured at the beginning of the season. Then Ilya Samsonov, who also looked pretty alright, like pretty good in the games he played, also got injured, and we found ourselves like in the right at the start of the season playing with our third goalie, Eric Shalgren, which is not like, he's alright as well, but come on.
He's playing a bigger role than he's meant to right now.
Yeah, and he played in the playoffs as well against Tampa. So yeah, the poor guy, he must be used to that pressure. And now we are also having a defense crisis because
tell us how you feel about Justin Hall.
Oh my god.
Emmett's favorite player.
He is the angel of my nightmares. No, he's there. He does things sometimes. Most of the times, those things are good, bad for us. Sometimes, surprisingly, like, oh my god, I don't remember the game it was, but like sometimes he does this thing. There was this game in which he just like started leading the attack. Like, he does things like that sometimes, and in that occasion, like, it turned out well. I think we scored. Like, he started the play that ended up in a goal. He's a whole thing. But no, usually he fucks up. Usually. But yeah, and then we have Jake Muzzin is injured, like, pretty serious injury. Like, yeah, like, he's not coming back for the foreseeable future.
Was he playing on the first D pair?
Uh, God, I cannot remember, but I think so. Probably, yeah. I think so. And then also, well, now recently, like when was it? Like 3 games ago, uh, Morgan Riley got injured as well, which that's a big one. Like, I think he was the third player in the Leafs with most assists this season so far. Uh, and yeah, that's not fun. And who else? Who else? We had someone else. Oh, TJ Brody is also injured. So we are 3 defensemen down from our yeah. And we had to make some trades and stuff. But yeah, I mean, and then we have been juggling with our forwards a lot at the beginning of this season. It was a bit chaotic at the beginning. I don't know if you guys are aware of that.
I did see that. I think Marner's playing on the second line now, and at some point they put him on defense. Can you have any idea what that is supposed to be? What is that experiment?
I don't think they officially like put him in defense. Like he made a couple of defensive plays. Like he played defenseman like a little bit, but it was nothing. It was nothing like serious. I don't know. I don't know if yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's good. He's good at the front. Let's keep him there. He's doing pretty good there.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah, God. I mean, at this rate, they're gonna have to put him in the goal or something because.
When you guys were down to your third or fourth goalie, we were proposing to send you Reimer for one Matthews. You know,
we will still offer a now injured Reimer for Matthews.
Oh no, is he injured now as well?
Something's happening. We called up Dell and we sent him down like the game before. It was like, because you activate Reimer, and then something happened last game. Like, he did not look his best.
Oh no.
And now he wasn't at practice. I haven't seen if they've moved him anywhere, but the fact that you're calling up a third goalie usually means something is about to happen. Yeah. So I don't think Reimer is in for the game today with the Canucks.
Oof. Yeah.
But still, our offer stands.
I think we're good. That's very true.
Can you imagine? But... Can you imagine a Erik Karlsson playing with a Austin Matthews?
Well,
I know.
That's a powerful thought. Indeed.
Speaking of which, were you aware that Erik Karlsson was on the trading block same year that John Tavares was?
Oh, I did not. No, I did not.
Chances are the Senators would not have traded to the Leafs because they are in the same division and all that. But the Sharks were reportedly in his, like, I think it was the Leafs, the Sharks, and the Stars that were hoping to get Tavares, and then eventually he went to the Leafs because he's a Toronto fanboy.
Yeah.
But at that time, and it looks like it's still the case, the Leafs are struggling with defense, and we're struggling for offense. So several years later, the issues in our lineup are still there.
I think I prefer Karlsson over Tavares, though.
Oh, I mean, in hindsight, yeah, but at the time, we still need... if we'd gotten him and kept Burns... You know, it's not like we were hurting necessarily on defense. I mean, now Erik Karlsson's living his best, life. But the last couple of years, it was like struggling to... It wasn't a good time.
No.
And now he's basically our only shining light.
He is the highlight of this season.
We are the San Jose Eric Carlsons.
Yes. We have changed our name.
It's not even a petition, it's mandatory.
The jersey is not the logo, it's just his face.
Yes.
A close-up of his face.
I'd buy a jersey with his face on it.
Just his mustache even, you know?
Just his mustache. Amazing.
Although Timo is playing really well right now. There's been rumors that he could be traded at the deadline. Which I don't know how I feel about that anymore. At first I was like, yeah, go ahead, trade him. We can get some decent picks, whatever. He's playing well. But I think I'm a little too attached.
Well, that would be a good segue to, I was reading Corey's article, the athletic reporter for the Sharks. And he was doing a mailbag, and one of the questions that got brought up was about Timo Meier. And if we did keep him, I think the minimum for the qualifying offer for like at least the following year before he becomes a UFA is somewhere around like 10 million. So we would have to find somewhere in our salary cap to put that in there. And if we keep him, that means we're hopeful that in the next couple of years, we're going to be competitive again. But if we trade him for assets, which I don't know if you know, Emmett, but this upcoming draft is supposed to be like pretty good. Like even like second round picks are probably going to be like in any other year they would be like in the first round. And so if we were to trade him, that kind of means that we're looking to not really get back into being competitive for like the next 4 to 5 years. So it kind of really makes you think about the projection of the team right now. Because if you keep Timo, that means you feel like you're just ready to get over the hump and start being competitive. And right now, doesn't look like it. So right now would probably be the better chance for us to get the most value for him than if we wait. I don't know, man. Like, I love Timo, but we are not looking good. Like, you want to keep him and still look like shit versus getting a couple. It's hard to. I mean, thankfully we don't have to make those choices. Because I don't freaking know, but
we just live with them.
Yeah, but it's just like, damn, like him a lot, just but do we like him more than getting back into the playoff picture?
Who do you think the equivalent of a Meier is on the Leafs? A Marner?
That might be a Marner, right?
Like that. There is consideration of trading him.
No.
The
like
production,
skill level. Probably Marner. So, like, put yourself in our shoes. Say your team kind of sucks. Marner is probably the only good player, or one of the only good players, and your GM has to consider trading him away for assets or keeping him and paying him a lot of money. Like, how would you feel?
I mean, forwards, like, people that could fill that position. Like, for example, Nylander is there as well. He's doing very good. Like, and I don't know, it's tough. I wouldn't like to be the one making those decisions, honestly. I'm a very sentimental person, and I would say no, I want to keep my boys.
Trading him. Marner's up for grabs in the next couple of years. That's what I'm hearing. Well, we can put it in perspective of this way. If the Leafs continue in their same trajectory, I mean, it's no surprise if they do well in the regular season. They have the assets to do it. But if they get knocked out again in the first round, I mean, Matthews is, after this season, he's got one more left on the books, and then behind him,
he's coming to the Sharks. Yep.
Yeah. Nessa is seeing it already.
I'm manifesting it.
And then Tavares and Marner just have one more year after him following the next season. what do you feel is gonna happen? Because I mean, Dubas is basic. I feel like he's like on a heated seat right now, even, and it's getting cranked up even more. Like that's, I think, for how talented the Leafs are and how many years they've gone with Marner and Matthews at the helm, and they cannot get over the hump. Like, what do you think is going to happen in the next couple of years? Do you think either of them are going to get signed, or they're going to get traded? Like,
yeah, you said it. They are very talented players. They are very good. Usually, like, they work very well together. So it still baffles me, like, the fact that it just doesn't... Well, no, I'm not going to get into the playoffs now. But, yeah, I think that Dubas... yeah, he's in a heated seat indeed, because they are very expensive. Like, we have a lot of expensive guys up there. And
Marner's 11.6, Tavares 11.
No, listen, at some point at the beginning of the season, like, our cap was like 10 cents. Like, it was, no, like, literally. I think he wants to keep, like, Matthews for sure. Marner is young, he's playing well. I don't know if maybe he would, like, I don't know. Do you know how much Tavares is getting right now?
11 million.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, I mean, Tavares is getting to grandpa territory.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
After a couple of years.
Like, yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
If you don't want to give us Matthews, give us Marner. We have Jumbo over here. They mesh really well with Jumbo and Marlowe.
Do not
Then
separate.
send them both over.
No.
We got Marlowe and Jumbo whispering in their ear when they went to go play in Toronto. Hey, San Jose is pretty cool. You should go there sometime.
I think if you all get knocked out in the first round, like, Dubas is gonna have to do something, and whatever he ends up doing, I think he's gonna end up getting a lot of heat for it, because I'd imagine everyone loves Marner and Matthews and all the other Nylander. I don't know if you know a lot of why they're getting paid so much. I mean, granted, they're really talented and everything like that, is during Nylander's qualifying offer season or something like that. Like, he was like at a stalemate with wanting more money. And because Nylander sets that bar, of course everyone else is like, well, now you got to pay me X more. So, I mean, all things considered, as long as they're producing, Matthews, not a problem. Marner, I've heard stuff. You kind of need to put your mouth where, whatever the phrase may be.
Money where your mouth is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like coaching or just whatever, but it's gonna look ugly if he gives the money to them and they continue to get knocked out on the first round.
Yeah, I mean, people were pretty, like, that. I've been hearing about that, like, ever since we got kicked out in this playoffs, because it's insane, because you watch last, like, the playoffs before these ones, and that year against the Canadians, we, like, it's more or less the same set of players, but we played, like, pretty lame. Like, it had nothing to do with how we played this year. Like, this year we played really well, but Tampa was tough. Tampa was a very hard, it's a tough team, and I think this year, like, yeah, they were giving it all, and that's the thing. That's why people were, well, if this year they were giving it all and still we couldn't make it, then some changes need to happen. And honestly, I was already prepared. Like, I was like, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised if Dubas had, like, pull off some, like, major changes, made some trade or something, because people were already talking about that. So, but I also, like, agree with him in that I don't see how you can make this team better right now with like other players that are available right now. It's like, what do you even do? So yeah, I don't know, honestly. I don't know what will happen if we get kicked out in the first round again. I don't want to think too much about it. It's a long way from now. Right now we're doing good. I'm having a good time. It's fine. Everything's good.
I'm rooting for the Leafs to get past the first round, but they'll get stuck in the second, and they won't make it past
Come on.
it.
Come on.
The plot thickens. They get into the second round, and then makes next season way more complicated with Matthews and Nylander's contracts. Should we cry a little bit about the state of the Sharks?
Oh God.
I'm always crying about the Sharks.
Your turn. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was talking to Nessa before we came on today. I rewatched the recap of the Sharks and the Kraken. It looked awful. Absolutely awful.
If you don't know, the final score to that game was 5-8. Timo got a hat trick, but
still
the Sharks
couldn't win
lost.
the game. It's very sad when you get a hat trick and it doesn't even matter.
Yep.
They just had so many, like, they let the Kraken just walk on in. They had, like, several guys around the dude who's, like, in the slot, and then the puck carrier comes in and somehow finds a way to pass it right into them, and I'm just like, anybody. The guy right here, the one right in front of your goalie, you want to get that guy? And then Kakkonen, we got him last season from the Wild. We traded one of our
Better defenseman.
good, reliable defenseman. He's just pretty much like solid. I mean, he's not going to be, we're not giving him like a ton of money necessarily. He's not necessarily playmaking, but he's very solid in what you'd expect him to do. So we traded him, and I don't think there was anything else attached to that trade. Was there?
I don't remember.
So I don't remember
if it was
just a 1-for-1, but last season we were having goalie problems. Aiden Hill, who's now with Vegas, we got him from Arizona because, they're on Epic Tank.
Yeah.
They're on major rebuild, so they traded. So Kemper, the season before last, was the starter goalie for Arizona, and so we got the backup to Kemper. And all things considered, I was really hopeful for Hill, but
He was very injury prone.
well,
He
yeah.
wasn't that solid in that when he played.
And he made me nervous a lot. He would leave the net, and I'm just like, are you gardening or something? Like, get back. He's just like, toodaloo, just gonna go behind the net, help you guys out. No, get back in front of the net. Get back in front of the net. And then he'd get, like, caught up behind the net, and I'm just like, get back.
To quote a Steve Dangle, if you're a goaltender, tend the goal.
Yeah. So he did that so many
Easy.
times, and I mean, granted, we were not helping our goalies most nights, so that didn't help. And then towards the latter half of the season, he got injured. They bring in Kakkonen, and we saw what happened in the off season. They decided, we're gonna go with Kakkonen, peace out Hill. So it was very sad that we got him the year before, and I think we gave them a second round
pick.
Was it for this year? I don't remember. If it is,
I thought it was last
my
year
God.
because we didn't have second
Okay.
round picks for last draft.
So either way, we gave them a draft pick. We got their goalie who was supposed to, like, quote unquote, the potential starter for us. Then this leads to that, and now he's off in Vegas. I mean, granted, Vegas is doing much better, so kudos to Hill for,
I'd just like to point out that they lost 5-1 to the Canucks last night.
that is true. Didn't they also lose to the Kraken the night
Canucks.
before?
I think so.
Yeah. So either way, so now we have Kakkonen, who there were a couple
He's
of goals
okay.
he definitely should have gotten in the Kraken game, but the guys were just looking like a hot mess.
Yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable with Reimer in net than with Kakkonen.
But now Reimer is down again, and that's making me a little nervous. One, because we're supposed to trade him.
Yeah.
Stop getting injured. We need
That's
you for
that's
assets.
the only thing. Otherwise, this works great for our plan to tank.
So I don't know. We have a lot to be sad about. I mean, during the regular season, if all things look great in the draft, it'll all be worth it. But right now, it is just pain. We lost to the Kings the other night.
Oh my god! But they
and-
look so good losing. Their jerseys were so good.
Oh, for sure. Our retro jerseys are
absolutely.
mwah,
Did you see
beautiful.
that
Masterpiece.
The NHL posted on Instagram a picture of the Sharks retro jerseys.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised.
Justin-
They've been getting a lot
Just-
of attention this season.
everyone's
Justin-
salivating over it. It's great to see.
Justin Bieber commented on that picture
Yeah.
like, lives forever, but this rock.
That's why we lost. We got that Bieber curse.
Oh my god, it's his fault. The day he stops being a Leafs fan, that's when we make it like past the first round.
Maybe,
So,
but I don't. He
He's
said
dragging
Leafs
you
for
down.
life.
I know.
said
Isn't
for
he
life.
from that area?
Yeah, he is.
No, yeah, absolutely. He is.
And he's BFFs with Matthews, so you got.
They sure
Oh,
are.
hey! If you want to move the curse, you got to move Matthews.
Move him to the Sharks. Move him to
Everything is coming together in.
It all makes sense. The curse
This is all-
rests
this
with
is all,
Matthews and Bieber friendship.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
God. What is it called when you in a movie when something happens and then it happens later?
Foreshadowing.
Thank you. Yes, that's the word.
I need you to get on the phone with Dubas, and you're like, I've got the answer. Trade Matthews, and Bieber goes with him.
Also, the game just ended and it ended in a tie. Spain and Germany 1-1.
Oh,
I thought you'd like to know.
yeah. Okay. Good.
Who would be a dream player of yours to get on to the Leafs? If money and logic is not a factor. Who in
Oh,
the greater
just-
scope of the league?
Yeah, but like strategy wise, like who would fit like in the lines right now, or
Sure.
just-
Or not.
Or just because
It's just
you
whoever you
like
want.
you
Because
like
I
that
like them.
player and you just want them in a
Oh,
jersey.
you know what would be really? Oh, I love I love the Robertson brothers, and it would be amazing to
that
get
would
them
be
together.
so cute.
That
If
would
they
be
played
amazing.
together. The
The Robertson brothers.
Oh no! Mm-mm. No,
J.R.E.
Jason Robertson's ours. Okay,
Hey
No.
now.
They already named him.
you definitely have to give us Matthews if you do that.
Oh, that would be that. Then I would think about it because that would be very cute. Then I would consider it
Just for the cuteness factor.
just for the brothers playing together.
Emmett, new Toronto Maple Leafs GM.
Leave
For
it
the
to me.
cuteness, we are
Kyle.
trading for Robertson.
Hey, he's playing really well. So.
Oh no! I mean, he's the top scorer right now.
Yeah.
in the league.
Good for
Hell
him.
yeah!
You
know, Jay-
McDavid.
Jay is all proud. It's like Filipino pride over here.
Yeah.
So much is just like radiating off of me. He's so adorable with fans. You take that versus doorknob McDavid.
Oh god. Oh god.
Doorknob.
Yeah.
Make Jason Robertson the poster boy of the NHL.
I approve.
Yes. Yes.
Boom.
I agree.
Seal of approval.
Yes.
Get done.
Okay, so you kind of want Robertson. Like, I guess so.
That's a valid
Yeah.
choice.
Yes.
I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know who else is around there. Maybe someone cool at the net. Oh, I really like Igor Sherchkin. Maybe he would be good.
That would be a hard sell for the Rangers, especially being in the same division.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
you said
you
no,
know.
no logic.
No
involved,
logic.
Like, no,
I know,
we're just-
that's what I was
we are
going to
just
say next. I was like,
dreaming.
but
Trying to burst their bubble so quickly.
Damn, let me dream.
You can't have
Jay.
Jason. You can't have Shesterkin.
I can have no nice things in this podcast.
No, it's because you're a Leafs fan.
Yeah, I know. I was ready for all of this. Don't worry.
That's why you were late. You had to mentally prepare.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it's gonna happen. I'm just gonna smile through it. Same for you. Who would you like? Ideal pick for
Wait.
the
I
Sharks
want to
to
guess
pick?
Jace. Other than Jason Robertson, Mika Zibanejad.
It's
Oh, I
like
mean-
not even hard
And-
to guess.
I mean-
I'm very outspoken about it.
Is there anyone else?
Off the top of my head, probably not between those two. I mean, they're probably the ones that I follow the most outside of the Sharks.
I'm not even sure there's a goalie that I would prefer in the league right now. Like, there's no one that stands out to me at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, with Holtby basically being out of the picture, he was probably the last goalie that I was just like, please, Sharks, please. I don't even care if it makes sense to get him. Like, even the year before he ended up on the Stars, I was like, Sharks, please. If we're going to look terrible, give me something to look at, okay? Like, just give me something to cheer about. Yeah, other than that, like, any goalie right now, maybe Markstrom. But he would be like super expensive, so
I like Demko last year. I don't think he's playing all
I
that
think
great
he's
this
struggling right now.
year.
But I think the Canucks are struggling in general. So what's new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how they play today. For me, it'd be a dream to get someone like Makar on the Sharks.
Oh, Makar is very good. Yes.
I would like to have Keandre Miller.
I don't keep up with the Rangers, so I don't know his
He
skills.
was. I mean, he's pretty solid. He plays on the second defense pair with Trouba. And I mean, you're not going to get a whole bunch of scoring from him. You'll get a couple assists. Like, he's probably a step up right now from Ferraro. And he was also the pick right after Merkley in their draft. So
Who messed up there?
If you don't know, we have a defenseman who's currently playing in the Barracuda. I don't recall off the top of my head what year he was drafted. It's been a couple of years now. And so he's in the same draft year as Keandre Miller.
I want to say 2019.
So he was
2018.
considered a pick that would need a bit of work. He's an offensive defenseman, but his defense is the worst part of his game right now. So you're taking a risk with getting him and hoping you refine both his defensive work, and I think there were some discussions about his
Attitude.
attitude.
He was
So-
projected to go like number 6 in the draft that year,
Yeah, he
and
was-
then
yeah.
because he was like having attitude issues, he dropped all the way down to like whatever number we picked him
I
at.
think it was 21st, I want to say.
When did we pick Bordelot and Eklund? 2020. So before that draft year, he was like the prospect everyone was excited about because he was our first rounder. He had like a lot of upside and all this potential. And it's like, when is he gonna play for the Sharks? And like the few times that he's come up to the Sharks, he's looked pretty good offensively, but they never keep him up there to improve or anything.
He's
And right
just-
now it
Yeah.
makes sense, but
Oh, and then Ferraro went down
yeah.
to IR this morning, so that's fun. Yeah, so he's in his final year before he needs a qualifying offer, and
Well, he'll be cheap.
how long are we going to keep the Merkley experiment going?
I would say once they start calling up the youngsters to the Sharks, if he doesn't make it then you can quit on him.
Oh my gosh, is he really only 22? I swear, I thought
he's
he
a
was
baby.
much older.
No, he's a baby.
The Leafs versus the Sharks. We play Tuesday night, maybe.
Oh, is it Tuesday?
Not so soon.
I don't know. I feel like you guys are gonna win. We're not.
The Sharks are gonna destroy them. Watch.
We lost last one.
Yeah, but no
I
time.
Yeah,
Reminds
but didn't we have Reimer in net?
Oh, no, I think it was Kakkonen, I think.
It was Kakkonen.
Kakkonen?
I think
Kakkonen,
so.
Kakkonen. How do you say his
I
name?
have no idea.
I have to talk to him.
I don't know.
Kakkonen.
Kakkonen.
Well, I don't feel confident right now
Nope.
because the Sharks are on a
losing
roller
streak.
They're just super inconsistent with the exception of Erik Karlsson. And I think there was like one game, I think against Ottawa or something, where he was in on just about every play. And it's like, we can't freaking do anything without him.
Yep.
Like the time, I think I was reading, they were doing some like comparison to how many scoring opportunities the Sharks had during that game. And majority of them come when Erik Karlsson is on the ice. Like that is not good.
It's great for him.
Yeah, great for him. He's leading the charts
for
for Norris Candidacy, but that's pretty much like the only good thing that is coming out of the Sharks locker room right now.
Which is why we changed our name.
Yeah, that's why we're
Erik
San
Karlsson.
Jose Erik
Can't do
Karlssons.
anything without him.
I mean,
Whoever's in net that game, Godspeed. Like
Godspeed, soldier. I mean, if you guys manage to take us to the overtime again, you got us because we cannot win an overtime for the life of us this season.
Perfect.
so we just have to hang on for OT.
Literally, I think we have lost except one. I think we have lost the rest. We have lost 5 or I don't even know. I don't remember, but we do so bad in overtime. I don't know what's up with that.
Got it. So we have to hope for OT.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
The thing that I don't understand is the Sharks are number 1 in penalty kill right now.
Oh,
But the moment we are not on the PK,
Defense does not
the
exist.
defense, it just doesn't exist. It's just does not make sense to me. You're the best at defense when you're down a man, but we can't seem to get it together when we have everyone out on the ice. So take a lot of penalties is what I'm saying.
Listen, and for you, us, we are our penalty kill is pretty lame. It's pretty bad. It's bad.
But talk
it's
to
bad.
us about your power play, though.
Our power play is worse. It's
okay,
terrible.
good.
It's very bad.
That's what we like to hear.
We cannot score on power play.
Neither can we.
Well,
They've been doing better this year than last, though.
Okay,
They've
that
actually
one
scored a
goal
few.
we got against the Kraken was
nice. Beautiful.
beautiful. Looked
Flawless.
like the power play we had, over 10 years ago when the Sharks were in their prime playoff window, and we had Todd McClellan, who's now with the Kings, who kicked our ass the other day. Beautiful, beautiful power play. Lots of movement. Exactly what we want to see.
That's
And-
it. Just one though.
And then they take a break the next game, and they don't do any of that, and then maybe they come back and do it again. So it's just up and down, up and down. So it's going to be a bit of a grab bag to see what kind of team we get on Tuesday.
it's gonna be fun. I mean, with the Leafs, you never know because we win against the Devils and against I don't remember who else did we win. That I don't know, good teams, and then we play against teams that are doing worse and we lose, and it's so funny. We lost terribly against the Ducks. We lost
You're
against
so
you
sad.
guys.
The Ducks are at the bottom of the league
Have
right
they
now.
got?
I know.
Have they got any regulation wins yet?
The Ducks?
Oh, I hope so. It would be so sad if they did.
We're
let's
game
see.
20 something. We thought we were suffering.
Listen,
We only have one more win than them, so.
But we've won in regulation.
Yeah. You kind of follow the Devils as well, right?
yeah.
I mean, you've got Hughes, and they picked up the other Hughes brother this past draft. I can't remember. Oh no, I think the Devils drafted Heischer.
Yeah, it's the captain.
And then
Big
they
up Heischer.
traded for Dougie Hamilton from the Canes the last couple of years. So you've got a lot of good young talent, and
Yeah.
then my personal favorite, Jesper Bratt, because he came out of my radar last season in fantasy when I was like desperate for I think towards the second half of that season he started really getting into the scoreboard, and now he's just like continuing on that trajectory. And I think they like gave him they signed him to a couple of years this past season, so it's looking good for the Devils. I mean, right now they're in a playoff position.
They went on a 13-game win streak. That was
Yeah. Guess who broke that?
the
Leafs.
Yeah, in that game where they had 3 goals overturned and the crowd went insane and started throwing things at people.
Oh my god.
Such a dork.
No, but yeah, they are very fun. I wish I could have seen more Devils games, because watching games is a struggle for me, because games in the Atlantic Division usually start at 1 a.m. So it's hard. It's hard to watch.
Feel
live
free
games.
to join the Sharks tank.
Yeah.
It's even, I think it would be even worse, like time wise.
Elena joins us. She'll wake up at 4 a.m. to watch games with us sometimes. She's half asleep texting or messaging us on Discord.
Elena is way braver than I could ever be. I could never do that.
I used to do that when I was living in Germany. If there was a game on the weekend, I'd wake up around 4 and I would video chat with 2 of my Sharks besties from home. So we could have the interaction of like watching the game together.
That's cool.
But only on the weekends, because it would be impossible during the week.
Yeah, no, usually what I do, if there's a weekday game that I want to watch, I have to like take a nap like at 8 p.m. or something like that. And then and even though I rarely stay for the 3 periods, because oh my god, hockey matches are so long. They are so long. It's 3 hours. And it's hard. So yeah, but I really want to watch more Devils, because their game right now is super cool, honestly.
Gives you hope of what the Sharks could look like if we did a true rebuild. The cap hit for everybody currently on Leafs defense is the equivalent to 1 Vlasic.
Yeah.
Just sad. Sad.
Patting on the back.
All right. Should we do a score prediction for Sharks Leafs? We got it completely wrong for the Red Wings. I think they beat us 7-4. No one said that. We were thinking, it's going to be a nice tight game, and it was for a while.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I said 5-4, so I guess the Sharks score right.
What wasn't it like they scored like 3 goals in like the second half of the third period, and it was just like,
I don't know. I missed
so
that
close,
game.
and then we decided to take a nap before the game ended. Very sad. It was very exciting up until that moment. I wasn't even going to be sad if they lost, because they were playing like pretty decent until they let in like the latter 3 goals, and it was just like, where did everybody go?
My prediction is 3-2 Sharks in overtime.
Yeah, I could see that. But, ooh.
I don't know. I throw out numbers. I'm very bad at this prediction.
I want to think that we're gonna score more than 2. Honestly.
You might, depending on who we have in net.
If you guys are playing well right now, you'll probably win.
Okay,
Yeah.
given what the Leafs have to work with on defense, and that Justin Hall is playing top D pair minutes, given the tweets that Emmett has shared showing me who Justin Hall is. What did you say, Nessa? What was your prediction?
3-2 in overtime.
I'm thinking it's going to be a high-scoring game, just keeping that in mind. But then if
Another
Matt
blowout.
Murray is doing well,
Only because he knocks the net off its...
He loves doing that. He can't stop doing that.
I'm gonna
7-3 Sharks. Just kidding.
That's
Jesus.
definitely not happening.
Are you feeling all right, Nessa?
I'm gonna say 5-4, but I'm
Picking
as
the Leafs.
much as I want to say the Sharks.
Yeah, I don't think
I
they're gonna win.
don't feel
Confident. It's fine. It's all understandable.
Yeah, like looking at the past games, because what did we last play? Like, was it like beginning of the season, right?
yeah.
Yeah, we are looking very different right now. Like the
So
Leafs,
defense isn't. Well, it's looking different in a different way, but it's
yeah,
not
no,
as
but
good.
yeah, no, but the way they're playing, like at the beginning of the season, they were just very mild. They were, I don't know, it was boring. Honestly, the first games I watched this season, I was bored. I was like, there's no blood pumping in those veins. Come on, guys. But now, like, I think I trust them a bit more right now. Like, yeah, I think this one we're gonna win, and I think we're gonna score if what you say is true and your goalies are not doing very well right now. Then I have faith.
I
have
think
faith.
it's gonna be a high scoring game. If the San Jose Eric Carlson show up, we win the game. If it's the San Jose Sharks, it's a toss up. It's a toss up of who's gonna win the 5-4 game.
So yeah,
I think our defense will still look a bit better than yours. Or it could just be a game of whose defense wants to show up today.
yeah, probably.
But we have an Eric Carlson on defense, so...
See, that's what I said. If we're the San Jose Eric Carlsons, we're gonna win.
I mean, but we have Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews, and I don't know if you
Okay,
guys saw...
so it's gonna be 6-5 Sharks. then.
Marner doesn't always show up, though. Matthews, I am more of a threat.
Listen, well, right now, like, Marner is in a 16-game streak of like, getting
So we'll
points.
break it. It's fine. I'm just
No.
kidding.
But we have an Eric Carlson
That's all we have going for us.
who's. We know you have offense, but we also have an Eric Carlson. So
put
he
him
does
alone.
everything. He's our team.
We have a
Yeah, put him
Matthews.
alone on the
We have Eric
ice.
Carlson.
Just,
we have a
just
Marner.
him.
Jesus. Y'all have Nylander, Marner, Matthews. That's it. Tavares sometimes.
Tavares. And we have
High
like,
scoring game, but it's going to depend on whose defense wants to show up.
Yeah.
And how many
go-
times Matt Murray knocks the goal off. And how many goals our goalies want to let in. Lot of factors of which one of these will show up on Tuesday.
You can never know. We'll have to watch and see.
All right, so I'm saying something like 5-4 toss up of who's gonna win. Did you give your prediction yet, Emmett?
Oh, no, but yeah, I'm not gonna give so many goals to the Sharks. Sorry, because Matt Murray is looking good. I trust that man right now. I'm gonna say, I like the 5. I'm gonna say 5-3 or 5.
Okay, so Eric
5-2.
Carlson gets a hat trick then. That's the 3.
Okay.
Hey, he got his first hat
Okay,
trick
yeah,
this
yeah,
season.
that's the prediction exactly.
Carlson got his first hat trick of his career this season. That's how great he's playing.
Oh, love that for him.
Me
Watch
too.
out for that one guy.
We still lost the game, but
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right, so there we have it. It's going to be an interesting Tuesday game, and
we're gonna blow up the Discord to message you, Emmett, if things are going well on our end.
I'm gonna have to take a nap for that one because that one
yes,
I wanna
be
see.
there.
Or
I
be
will.
square.
Alrighty, so thank you, Emmett, for coming on to the podcast. We are excited in an assortment of ways for Tuesday's matchup against the Leafs. Either way, if we lose, we set our sights into the draft, and then if we win, it's just going to be fun to
Until they lose again.
to laugh about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
thank you for having me. It was very fun. I had a great time.
Glad.
All right. And with that concludes our episode for today. I am your host, Jay.
I am other host. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.